Hello, it is December 24th. So in Germany, we say Merry Christmas on Christmas Eve and not on Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas. If anyone is watching this live, you shouldn't. You should go spend Christmas with your family. What I want, because I'm in New York and my family is in the States, in Europe, and I've already spoken to them on the phone. So I might as well do admin of code and then hopefully become one of the very first people to get all 500 stars. All that's really keeping me from that is doing today's puzzle, and all the ones that I haven't finished yet from previous days. And I have decided today I will not be sharing my music because I want to listen to some actual good music, to treat myself and to give myself more motivation to do this. If I switch here, the audio is still muted. Okay, that's good. Um, let's see. So I'm also not using my phone's camera, but instead just my MacBook camera because I just couldn't be bothered setting all of this up. I want to maximize my probability of actually finishing this today, and that's all I care about right now. I feel like I should maybe take another look at this chroma key filter because maybe it's just a little bit too strong for this other camera. I think it's fine. I think my hair just looks very Lego head today because I just got a haircut. And that's why it looks like it's cutting out too much, but I think that's fine. Okay, I feel good about this. I got some coffee. I got my laptop plugged in, so we're not going to be running out of battery. And I think there's about 3 days left. And I kid you not, I did wake up, I think it was yesterday, and all of a sudden I just was hit with this realization how to do the puzzle that I was doing that day properly, like how to actually solve it. I just woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, this is how it's going to work. And it's not, a huge realization, but I think it was still funny how it came to me at night in my sleep. And then I woke up with the realization of how to solve it. So let's see and put that theory to test. I am going to quickly close out of all of these apps that I have open at all times. I've been watching the new Jetlag the Game. That has been pretty funny and entertaining today. Crazy ending to it. Go watch it right now. It's live on YouTube. I am not subscribed to Nebula, and I will never be subscribed to Nebula because I'm very money conscious. All right. I think I've cleaned up everything. No, I have not cleaned up everything. I still need to clean up my terminal. Great. So now I can share my screen. Um, Documents, project, advent of code. Give me some AOCA. Oh, I have not opened my chat. I would be absolutely shocked if anyone would watch this one live. You really shouldn't. Like if you're on Twitch today, just go do something else. Go spend time with family or something. Okay. So here is my big revelation. Um, this one. I think the only thing I really need to do is to change this one to be S in stride S underscore. And now, how do I do the very first? Okay, so let's first define stride. Stride of S is, no, this is not right. Um, R is uh, I for I in range of len of S. And how about we just do 1, and then we do -1 to I +1 perhaps. I think this should work. This gives me 2 characters at a time. Um, let's see if that's right. So stride of ABC should give me ABBC, maybe? Yes, great. Okay. Um, so I'm not entirely sure how I handled the very first one. Hold button is A. Okay. So it's probably just A plus. No? Shouldn't this just work? I don't even remember what the code was that I had in here. Too high. That's fair. That is fair. So how about we compare for like 2 example values? So we just do um, line is T0, and then sequence is sequence A for line. And then we just do 1, or like, maybe we do 0, sec 0. And then we just compare um, get sec B and fast sec and see how they compare. Yes. Uh, Interesting. See, the weird thing is, like, what about, okay, let's just start by printing a sequence. So we have like 2 left characters where the only thing you really have to print is AA. And I do not see a single AA. Moreover, wait, how does movement even work? Yeah, this is not right. This is 1000% not right. We need to do movement and not sequence. Like this line is just stupid. Um, so I think what we do here is um, movement, alt button, button, keypad. Movement. old button, new button, keypad. Do we have to do an index 0? Yes, we do. I think there's exactly one option here at all times. Okay, that looks more like it. We have 5 times that there's nothing to be pressed. But I have a feeling we do have to append A to it at the end, right? Like we always move and then we hit A. So how about we just append A? Maybe. That seems about right. Okay. So let's see if we can um, solve this now. Whoopsie daisy. We already gave this answer. That is quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. So we always take 2 characters at a time. Yeah, I do have live mode to the max. I have astigmatism, so it's easier for me to see the screen this way. My sweater is not live mode though. I'm wearing a dark red Christmas sweater today. Okay, I can correct for it. However, like my glasses are optimized for like long distance, right? And like my laptop looks fine to me in terms of like glasses always sort of bring objects closer to you, and it's comfortable enough for me to look at my laptop at this distance without glasses. But then, because I'm not wearing glasses, my astigmatism is not corrected for. Like I have these glasses that I wear when I'm looking at something that's like further away, but it's just like hard to look at my computer if it's already this close for extended periods of time. So this is just a little easier. Am I on max brightness? I am. Yeah. So this is unfortunately very difficult to debug now uh, because I can tell why we would possibly get the wrong answer here. It is very funny that these are all in order actually. So you can just tell that we are able to piece together this first string by just, putting together these and taking out the things in the middle. Um, of course, that's not going to be a perfect hit because sometimes we'll have to splice in another A, for example. So after doing that, this one goes down by 1. And then I think this is a right angle A. No, that's not right. Here, it's right angle A. So we increase this one by 1. And then we got this little guy. And we got this little guy. And before that, I think it's just another A. No, that's not right. It's here. So we decrease this one by 1. Then it's AA, which is bringing this one down to 0 now. And then we got this one. So it does appear that we got this sequence right. So the faster method and the slower method produce the exact same output string. Um, However, it's just not quite right. It's just not quite right. Hmm. I just don't understand. Like, if we're okay, you know what? We can test it with yeah, this is tough. Like, I think I got the right logic that was in my head. Like, I implemented what I wanted to implement, and yet it's not working. And I can't exactly tell why. One thing we can do is um, just make this one a little more generic because right now it only works for uh, variants where there is a single sequence. But no, 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 I don't want to do that. So how many times do we have to run this until there's only one option left? That's interesting. 24,000, 2. Uh, Man, I'm really struggling here. I wrote so much code for this day, like way too much code that's not necessary. So I was trying to figure out the right order of movement between up, down, left, right, and I did. And we found out that for the keypad A, there is no clear rule. So you really have to take a look at all the possible permutations of movement to make sure you got the right one. And now, for some reason, um, the length is not quite right. V times len k. Yeah, I feel like this should work. I really feel like this should work. So let's see. If we run it for like 5 instead of 25, what do we get? Okay. And now let's say we will never use the fast sequence. We get the same value. So it does feel like this method is correct, but we're just not getting the right. Did I read the whole thing? Am I missing something in the puzzle input? No, I think this is right. The complexity of a single code is equal to the result of multiplying these two values. And mine was 184,718. But then if we run it with um, this, we get that value, which is not the right answer. Code.answers. Yeah, that's the number we submitted 2 tries ago. So it's not quite right. The keypads form a chain just like before. The door codes are the same this time around, only the number of robots has changed. Find the fewest number of button presses you'll need to perform in order to cause the robot in front of the order to type each code. What is the sum of the complexities of the 5 codes of your list? So, I don't know. I optimized my method. My method worked for part 1. I'm running the optimized method with 25 steps. It's not like I'm mutating uh, anything. Like even if we don't run it the first time around, we still get the same thing. It's almost like maybe this method only works correctly for a string, but not for key value. Only works for a string, but not for a sequence of chunks, perhaps? I mean, we can test that pretty quick. Um, by just doing this, I think. So this is different from what we had just now before. Yeah, yeah, certainly, certainly. Hmm. These do always end in an A. I mean, let's see. We should be able to reconstruct the string just like before. So we take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. That's 5. Then we got this one, this one, this one, this one. And this one probably. So that's 4. I feel like we have too many single A's. Maybe not. That's 4. Then we got VA, I guess. Let's go by longest subsequence. I think that makes more sense. Yeah, there it is. 3. We got too many. How did that happen? 1. Then we got VA. VA5 is correct. 3 is also correct. This one we only got 2. And then we have 5 A's. Okay, wait, let's do this again, but more careful this time. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we got 4, 2, 3, 4. Then we got 2, 3, 4. Then we got 2, 3. No, I think it's right. I think I deleted too many characters before. Got 1. We got 2. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we had 5 A's. Yeah. No, the length is, it's right. I think it's right. So somehow it feels like the filtering we're doing is not right. Like maybe we do have to take a look at all the options, which there's not that many of. Like we would just 10x maybe the effort or something. That should be fine. I think that's doable. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I think we're cutting away one option too many in like the if len equals min. Yeah, this one. I think we should never do that. There we go. And then I also think we should never do this. So then the only thing we still need to do is change this method to work with more than one option. Okay, so let's call it sec0. And then we don't do this. And then S for S in sec. And then we do score for sequence is um, return L. And then we do the min of score S for S in sequence. Okay. So let's see what this gets us to. Too many values to unpack. Great. I have a feeling this is not supposed to be this. All right. After all of it, we got the exact same value as before. The exact same value as before. Man, that's insane. It's never going to be instance string. So we might as well just do this. I don't get it. Why do we get the same, like the correct result for running it twice, but not for running it 25 times? I guess there is a chance that this number is too big for my script somehow that submits answers for me, but I don't think that's it. For line in T, or I in range iterations. We did go from 1 to 1 to 125 1. There any chance that the seed is now no longer correct? I don't know. We could try, experimenting with this and see what we get out. 484. Well, that's much lower. Much lower. Oof, that's not great. Well, I guess we do have to try all 8 different seeds then. Let's see. Global seed or I in range of 8. Was it 8 or 16? I think it was 16. Seed equals I run 25. Ah, try. Accept. Yeah, so this is the lowest one we get to. The best seed is 367, which is 5, which is 101. It's wild that the second part showed a different seed than the first one. Like one of the sortings just never came to fruition, I guess. So let's try this. And we get to 367, which is in fact the lowest number out of all of these. So I guess it has to be one of these two numbers, right? And I don't think it's possible that I mean, we still have some time, right? We still need to wait a minute at least to submit again. So how about we try something else? We try to Lmin is 99E99 for S in range 16. Try, accept, pass. And then global seed. So this should now give us the same number. Okay, yeah. I'm willing to submit it again. I think we had the wrong seed. That makes sense. So let's just run AOCS. Oh my God. Well, I think now I'm just completely out of options. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how to solve this day. At least not till end of day. So how long do we have to wait now till we solve this one again? 3 minutes. That's not too bad. It's insane to me that I'm struggling so bad with this one, and yet I guess it is by far the day with those fewest solves. Except for today, which just came out 16 hours ago. So 24 is probably going to be the hardest one. Let's take a look at 24. Why not? Ugh, it's a logic solving puzzle. Dude. Okay, so we know now that our method to turn one sequence into the next is correct, and it's fast, and it's optimal. But what's not correct is our method that turns two buttons into the right sequence of movements. And we've tried to sort of hard code an order of sorting that turns every character into a key and sorts them. However, that does not appear to be the right solution. For keypad A, we do not sort any movement and we just try all of them, all the different permutations. And I'm starting to get a feeling that maybe, just maybe, we have to do the same thing for the other keypad. However, we're just going to so quickly run into so many different options for how to turn two different keys into a set of movements. I mean, I still think we should be able to get away with using the shortest sequence. So like, we turn one string into the next, and then we try all the possible permutations for that new set of movements, and we find one that produces the shortest possible variant in the next step. That's sort of what we do with A right now. So for the keypad A, which is like the one with all the numbers on it, and then keypad B is the directional keypad, we solve keypad A by trying all the permutations. And then for the directional keypad, I've only looked at one set of permutations, which has always been a consistent sorting order. And it appears that that no longer works now. We're looking for the shortest possible sequence. The shortest possible sequence. The shortest possible sequence. So we could try. I mean, throughout all of this, we've always gotten the right answer for part one, right? So that was never the problem. So we could try to throw out all sorting business because sorting apparently is not really helping us right now. We don't sort at all. Um, we always return all movement. So now this one is not going to work because it has more than one possible answer. So we might have up to, five different keys times five different other keys that you want to go to is 25 different sets of movements. And we have, maybe half of them are involving any sort of diagonal. So that means about 12 different movements for which we have two different. So that's only 1,000, which is not too bad. Like 1,000 different sets of combinations of movements. So what we could do is M for M in movement plus A. What we could do is turn this into a sorted tuple. At least now the man. Ay ay ay. I don't know. I really do not know. I have no idea. I'm out of ideas. If we have two different options of how to move from A to B, how are we gonna select the right one? I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. No idea. If we can find a consistent sorting method, then how else are we gonna do it? How else are we gonna do it? I don't know. So I did try to run every single seed. Well, what I haven't tried yet is run every single seed in every single iteration loop, right? That might be the right way to go about it. So, um, let's see. Global seed or seed in range 16. Seed is seed. New sec. Min sec equals infinity nothing. If min score for S and sec less than min sec 0, then min sec is this. I don't know. I really have no idea if this is gonna work. Assert false. That kind of makes sense. Try. Accept. Pass. I should say accept exception. Load object not iterable. Or K. Oh, I see, I see. It's this, I think, right? Min iterable argument is empty. Or S spec. What? Ah, there we go. That should be better. Okay, that's way worse than before. Uh, Jesus Christ, dude. Man. Oh man. So it feels like we're cutting away an option because it's not the shortest, and then that option later on would become shorter. So we can't just choose the shortest option now. We have to choose one that's going to result in the shortest thing in the future. Well, I'm I'm a little out of options. I don't know. I feel like I've tried everything that I wanted to try for this. So we can't sort, we can't prune short paths. There is no clear right rule for what a sequence of movements gets turned into in the future. So it really feels like there's just no shortcuts. And the amount of options quickly blows up into the tens of thousands. Yeah, no, I got nothing. I could move on to another day, but I don't know. 24 seems pretty difficult. 22 and 23 might be easy, but we have at least two more difficult puzzles ahead of us, and I don't know how to solve one of them. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm done for Evan Code for now, and I didn't finish because one day stumped me. Um, and I just can't figure out a better approach to this one. I don't know. I'll have to think about it and then come back to it. All right, well, Merry Christmas, and I'll probably do more of these like in January or something, or after Christmas is over. Because for now, wow, this is just completely unsolvable for me. I guess I'm not in the top 6% of people that started FNF Code this year. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I'll be back at some point. Probably not tomorrow, though. We'll see. Happy holidays, and till next time.